damn thing all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and do your thing, man. When you start.
All right. Yeah, hold on one second.
No, dude, take your time. Gotta let that populace get a couple people in.
All right.
Let's dig. Let's dig into
What's
this.
that?
Let's dig into this, history.
So, turn this down a little bit. There's no feedback. What happened, B?
Do what?
Are you still there?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Oh, are we on?
We've been on.
Oh,
You know you on because if you're sitting there connecting us with people, stop playing, man. Let's get a little bit in this history. Another
all right.
episode of the history of the three-headed monster.
So you gonna get us to the history of the three-headed monster. Well, once again, what's up, Facebook family?
YouTube.
Three-headed monster back. We got two heads operating. The third head should be along shortly. But as always, everything that we speak about, everything that we talk about is strictly our opinions. Believe nothing that we tell you. Always research it for yourself. Find truth for yourself. Come back. Let's talk about it. Let's build upon it. And let's go forward. Today we're going to talk about the real history of Black Friday. And so we're going to get into it. What's up, B?
Yo, what's going on? What's going on, y'all? You know, Brother Brian, aka Silverback. We're gonna break down some history. Some stuff that y'all might know. Some people might know some things. Some people might was told that really is not really the truth, or just kind of like a myth. Or again, we have to understand that a lot of stuff that we was taught is not really true, especially the history, especially the school history period. The history of America is not what everybody think it is. Um, I know we just coming back on Monday after Thanksgiving, and everybody has to understand is what happened on Friday. Uh, that's something that everybody look forward to after Thanksgiving. Another thing is understanding what Thanksgiving really is. Sometimes you might not partake in it as much as you think you would be if you knew the history of Thanksgiving. It ain't got nothing to do with the pilgrims and that Plymouth Rock bull crap. But we're gonna talk about Black Friday. Let me get off Thanksgiving. I want to do Thanksgiving, but I don't want to do Thanksgiving. So
it ties into it.
yeah, it does. But at the same time, we have to understand it's a lot of different factors when it comes to this Black Friday. Um, let's get into it. Let's get into it. What is it? Because I got at least four different things I can use for Black Friday. Maybe four, maybe five. Because a lot of times everybody's keep thinking about the stock market crash 1929. Now, a lot of people need to understand that if we study our history, especially our history, how are we flourishing and everybody else wasn't? That's something that you need to really think about is everybody knows about Tulsa. If you didn't know about it, people don't know too much about what happened in Wilmington, you know, Rosewood, a lot of, even Philadelphia, New York. Um, we flourished. We was always flourishing. Um, you know, and we have to understand our money is power. Our money is big, big power. That's why they kind of, if you had been with us with the 14th Amendment and the other stuff like that, you can understand is they needed us because we was boosting an economy that they actually wasn't even thinking about. In other words, they needed us to become what we are now, in a sense. So that's one thing that a lot of people thought is another reason of Black Friday is one of the biggest gold market crashes was of 1929. But mm, mm, we can go even deeper than that. So will you tell me what you got? Because I'm gonna keep throwing stuff at you, unless you
Oh, okay.
unless you put down my list.
Yeah, you can go down the list, but
Right.
Black Friday, before you go down your list, Black Friday, man, um, strictly economic for me.
Yeah.
And we'll get into that as we go deeper. But yeah, I mean, we always have an important piece in the economy. You know, we're the driving force, whether it be physically or monetarily in the economy anyway. We just got to understand our place. We never benefit from it as much as we should, you know, but we drive it regardless. So what's your list, B?
All right. Then you had the discount selling the slaves were after Thanksgiving. I'm only throwing things out that people were saying. I'm not saying all this stuff is true or false. Okay. I'm just throwing it out there, the myth that was out there. All right. Um, Another way to benefit off the black dollar.
Right.
That was another
Well,
way. And then the last one was another way for retails to get into the black. Because a lot of retail, especially like right now, only people that's really, really making money is like Amazon, Walmart, any other company like Macy's, JC Penney's, other stuff like that. They're not making money. But this is the first step of celebrating a holiday that we shouldn't be celebrating. This is another way for retails to get money. This is the starting line to Christmas. Buying.
sure. I mean, let's be clear. They're making money. It may not be on the levels or the profit levels that you're talking about from Amazon or Walmart, but they're making money. They keep the doors open.
Yeah, they're keeping the doors open, but they shut down a lot of them though.
True.
So you tell me. I'm just throwing out there, y'all, and then we get ready to go in. Let's go in.
I want to start with the discounted slaves part,
Okay.
um, because I I have never found anything that would tell you that that's a definite truth.
Okay. And I
Um,
agree. I agree. I said I'm just throwing out myths.
no, I got you. And you got to think about it from the perspective of this. Um, if Black Friday was after Thanksgiving, we're talking about going into the winter months. Um, I don't think you would buy more slaves at cheaper prices to have to feed them over the winter after the harvest time. Now, if it was before harvest, when you're getting a lot of people in there to get your harvest, get your profits up, I get that. You know, the discount makes sense. But to do it after and going into the winter months when now you have to not only feed them, you have to give them shelter. You have to, you increase your staff in the leanest part of the year. That doesn't make sense. But
See? myth busters. You killing it, killing it. And I mean, that's the reason why I threw it up there, because we just knocking down a lot of stuff. What, we was taught, or some people are throwing out there. You know, it might have been happening, but you make more sense of it is, why would you bring people? Because it's nothing to harvest right now.
Right.
Wheat, corn, that's already done.
Right.
Now you actually, it's too cold to even for anything to grow. Maybe a couple of things can grow, but it ain't nothing that they was trying that you can make a lot of money off. So economically, no. This is when you tend to, like you say, send that bad boys down south.
Right.
So I'm glad we got that out the way. All right.
Because a lot of times when you have people, especially that, are trying to become enlightened, and you hear a lot of the woke folk, if you will, they throw so much out at you, and it's so much that you have to maneuver through to find the truth. I mean, everything that you hear that happened to us is not true. You know what I'm saying? So you have to weigh it all with a grain of salt. There's a lot of things that have happened to us that that we need to concentrate on more so than having to make up things.
It's hard though. It's hard being when your mind has been controlled for so long.
True.
It's hard for you to get out. It's hard for you to say, you know what, because you're gonna wrestle with it. I know. I was one of the ones wrestling with it. You would have said this to me 10 years ago, I'd probably laugh at you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's rough to try to break away from the matrix because we've been controlled or indoctrinized. Did I say that right?
And yeah, the indoctrination of them.
Yeah, but we've been doing that since kindergarten. Or started pre-K. So
True.
think about the history we've been told. So when we look at Black Friday, what is it that we do the most is shop. That's the biggest cash day. You drop prices, people run and go crazy. So it's our buying power. It's the buying power. If we what are we, billions with the buying power that we do on a yearly basis?
No, it's in the trillions.
Okay, trillions.
It's a trillion.
Now, think about what most people try to do on Black Friday. I'm trying to get stuff for Christmas. And again, you're putting yourself in a bind because some people got it, during this COVID season, a lot of people don't have it. But you try to make people happy by just buying them stuff. This year is going to be hurt. So what happens? You have a lot of Black Friday sales, Black Friday sales. They've been doing Black Friday sales all October. All
Right.
so they need you to buy. But this is the most important day to buy. This is when a lot of companies that's not really making profit end up going into the black to make profit. So it's an economical thing.
And I mean, it certainly is, and it's a marketing thing. You look at it from the perspective of the reason why they call it Black Friday, or it can stay Black Friday, is because if you put everything on half sale, what black people gonna do? They gonna buy it. It don't matter what it is. If they need it, they don't need it. They gonna buy it because it's half price. If you put Gucci on sale for half price, they gonna buy everything. So they market to those that you talked about buying power, but those that have this it's unlimited cash to spend because they don't invest and they don't save. And so you're working from a mentality of people that hadn't had anything. And so since they haven't had anything, once they get the ability to buy something, they buy it. It's like when my mama couldn't get it or my daddy couldn't get it when I was young. So I'm gonna buy it for myself, or I'm gonna buy it for my kids. Not that they need it, but they just buying it because of feeling of a feeling that they've had from their childhood. And so it's a psychological thing, and that's what marketing is all about. It's about your psychology and why you buy.
King Tut in the house.
What's up, Ted?
Hey, I guarantee your ass got that Phoenix on today. Oh, he got the Phoenix on today.
It don't stop. It don't stop. You know what I'm talking about? It don't stop. How y'all fellas doing today?
And I'm good.
We playing Mythbusters today. We killing all the myth where everybody think Black Friday really is.
What was that again?
So we destroying the myth about Black Friday with some of the myths that a lot of us thought it was. So we get into the economic part. But go ahead, Dron. Go ahead and finish, man.
No. Like I said, Black Friday, it's those sales and those are catered towards us, because like I said, our mentality is we buy because of what we couldn't get back in the past, or what, my mama couldn't buy me or my daddy couldn't buy me, or, I want to make sure my kids have everything, and not understanding the principle of investment.
Indeed.
Go ahead, Tut. Jump in there, King Tut.
Hey, the whole Black Friday, they really trying to get rid of inventory that they ain't sold out during the year too. You know what I'm saying? They, a lot of stores, they may sell items, get items. They have a heavy inventory and warehouse, built up. So Black Friday, Christmas time, that's when they want to get that all out so they can start the new year and go into this last quarter preparing for the next year. So your Black Friday deals, they're just a ploy more to get your money, just as well as all of these holidays. They're geared to get your money, the sentimental value that's added with it, that comes with the worship and belief of these holidays. People in general, they follow suit and they go in and they, celebrate the holidays and do this. But the corporate bigs, the only thing they looking at is how they can get in your pocket. What's going to make you spend that dollar with them?
And that's the important part of it. That's what we as a people need to. I tell you what, if we boycott doing Black Friday and watch a lot of companies won't make the black because of that, like you're saying, because we are getting a bunch of old stuff. So it's kind of like it's 2020, you getting literally right now 2021 inventory of cars coming out. Yeah. You just happen to be getting all the 2020 cars. We're selling you all the old stuff because we got new stuff that needs to come in. But again, we're in our mind thinking we're getting a bargain.
Right.
And we'll turn around. I mean, this year was a good year that you didn't see us as a people acting crazy by grabbing the biggest TVs we can find, or everybody's waiting for these video games to come out. You know what I'm saying? You have to look at the whole part of this. People will fight for stuff that you've been saving money up for, but then at the same time, what are you really getting out of it? So you're gonna go outside at 4 o'clock in the morning, stay in line to receive something that might last you 2 to 3 years.
I mean, it's a consumer driven economy here, and us as consumers, we don't know the power that we have, that we could influence these sellers into better prices, better bargains, different things that can help out our communities. As a consumer, we have a voice that we could use, and they're going to do what they want to do. I mean, they're going to do what they got to do to get your money. So we can prove that we're a customer base to a company and we're providing this much money. We've got the right to ask for, hey, we're we're providing you with this money. We're consumers heavily. What can y'all do for us other than providing your goods or service? You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what we as a consumer base, we limit ourselves because we only limit ourselves to what we're buying instead of having the companies doing more than that, you know, because they're making tons of money off of us. Give back.
You know, it's like I said, you know, like when you study business and you especially when you study marketing, you know, it's more of a psychology class. You know, it's the mindset of why you do what you do. You know, we keep bringing up consumer power or buying power, and I always like to tell the story of it's like a crackhead with $1,000. You know, what power does he have other than he's gonna spend that $1,000?
Right.
You know, so he's gonna make somebody else, you know, $1,000 richer. He doesn't have the power to dictate what type of crack he wants. He doesn't have the power to dictate, you know, at what demands that he gets it. You know, he doesn't have that power. He just spends without thinking. And so that's how we've been, you know, for these, especially the last 60 years, is, you know, we spend without thinking. And when I say thinking, I'm talking about having a plan about what we're doing. You know, if you got 10 pair of new Jordans, you know, I mean, what's the practical part of that? You know, if I just don't understand it. You know, that's why, like I said, if our people understood investing, if we understood building wealth, you know, we probably think a lot different. You know, if we look at other races and say, well, they don't buy what we buy, they don't like what we like, that's not true. They like what we like, they want to buy what we buy, but they spend money with investments first. They spend money with savings first. They spend money with wealth building first. And then whatever they have left over, they purchase what they do.
And you're right. And that's kind of crazy when you say that but at the same time, you came at me because of the Jordans. But if you was to use, a lot of people, a lot of people are shoe selling now, which is it's a big market now when it comes to, you know, selling shoes now. Because you made an emphasis on what I buy now. Like when I buy my Jordans, I only buy Jordans that I couldn't get that I really, really liked when I was a kid, not when I was a teenager.
Right.
So I can't say how many I got, but a lot of them, well, I just like shoes. You know, I got Air Maxes, I got, you know, stuff like that, Adidas, and, you know, a couple of Reeboks. So, but at the same time, it does make a good point because like for instance, you know, my boys thought I was gonna do it. I wasn't standing outside waiting to go into a GameStop or anything, waiting in line to get a video game that just came out.
Right.
You know, that's $500.
Right.
And I'm like, 500 if you get both game systems, you're looking at $1,000 on 2 game systems.
Right. But you spend 200 on shoes.
No, actually I don't, but that's a whole different story. Let me go there and stop you there. 150 is my mark. 150 is my mark. But you're right. But you're right. I would go do that, but then at the same time, we had to come back and scale back, and I'm like, what do they really need? But then at the same time, it's like we treat Christmas as something that we should be treating it as. In other words, which we probably gonna get to it. We're gonna talk about it, especially when we get into the winter solstice, and the true meaning of Christmas and stuff like that. But we tend to spend money on stuff that we really don't need because I don't know if somebody made a quote because now everybody buys stuff for other people to see. You know, you buy a brand new
Of
car because you want to be the first person with the brand new car. You
course.
like on Black Friday, everybody had to go get the biggest TV. So, what was the biggest thing everybody was selling? 70-inch televisions.
Exactly.
You know,
Sure, I know.
but at the same time, that same TV that you bought for $400 or $500, that time last year it was probably $1,000. That
True.
means whatever they getting is you getting something old and they're already working on the newest thing. So
Exactly.
a lot of people have to get in the mindset because I was sitting here sleep because I didn't even do online like today, Cyber Monday. To okay, all right, we didn't get everything we need. All right, we need to slash prices even more on Cyber Monday. You know what I'm saying? Because you can look at people, you can look at companies that took a hit, like Best Buy. You know, ain't no more Circuit City. I mean,
Yeah.
it's no more H Gregg. Who competes with them? You know what I'm saying? But they took a hit because nobody can walk in their stores.
You know, it's crazy. But that's all about. It's not about Walmart being or Amazon being these giants. It was about poor strategy. Toys R Us, the reason why they did so bad and went out of business, or not out of business, but had dwindled down so much, is because they used Amazon to ship their toys instead of coming up with their own model of shipping toys for themselves. And so everybody just went to Amazon and nobody went to the stores. And so,
Walmart picked it up. Walmart doing that now.
right. You
You'd
know,
be surprised what go on Walmart.com and just throw something out there, and you'd be like, when the hell Walmart start selling this?
right. I mean, but they're big enough to adapt. Those other companies, you know, you talk about the world's largest corporation, of course, they can adapt. You know, so it would be hard for Amazon to take down Walmart. You know.
Trust me, they close.
Oh no, I understand what you're saying, but see, Walmart, they do grocery, they do cars, they do boats.
What?
Oh yeah, go on the website, you'll see.
No, because it was kind of funny, but it's you know at the same time, I don't really celebrate Christmas in the spirit because I
Hey,
understand truly
got a
what,
question, B.
huh?
There's a question
What's
on the comments.
what was I?
We got a question.
What's the question?
You see the comments?
Yeah, but mine's I'm trying to find out what's the question. You read it to me, maybe I'm trying to see it. What it says.
Okay. The guy said he was struggling.
Oh, okay.
I said, what are you struggling with? Because we mentioned mindsets.
Yeah, we have to because that's what we get trapped into this what they say so-called matrix or this alternate reality that we are in right now. Because again, we are thinking about we have to have, and you have to have because you want to get something that you want to be the first one with it. You know what I'm saying? You want
And
somebody to
that,
walk in your house and be like, "Yo, y'all come watch the game in my house." Yo, I just bought this big 80-inch screen TV.
hey, we look at. I ain't mean to cut your wisdom, but
No, it's real talk though. But go ahead.
we look at stuff like that, like I got it first or this and that. And in all actuality, we're really the last ones to get something as low end consumers because higher technology and higher new technology is pricey. And so for those of us who are living on, just barely in the poverty range and just middle class range, you're really not affording the stuff that's really coming out new, the concept stuff and all this. You're really not affording that. So by the time it gets to you, get what? They the people who really can afford and stuff, they tired of it by now. You know what I'm saying? And so the companies, they done made their money selling it at a high end to them. So like, well, let's get the broke people. Let's get their money too.
So can you say Black Friday is really geared for the middle class and lower class people?
Yeah, it's geared for them to get this. This is who it's geared for. It's geared for you. It's geared for the middle class and lower class people. It's geared to get what pennies you got left.
I look at it from this perspective. You remember like what rich people would say? If you have to ask what the price is, you can't afford it.
Can't afford it, right?
Right. So if they telling you we cutting prices and that's when you buy, then you the low end and you you the people that can't afford.
Right.
Yeah, that makes good sense though. I like that. I like that. That's
so you wait to, Black Friday. That's when I'm gonna spend and then you'll spend all your money.
Spend all your money.
Spend some of it. You spend all your money.
It's like a preacher in church. It's like a preacher in church. When they get somebody in the congregation that donate money, they get to preach it a little harder. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. They go on in a little harder and they see they're getting this money, so they're gonna go harder to get more of your money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We got this deal. We got this deal. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about getting into your pocket, and what little bit we do have, they want it. You know what I'm saying? And so they want people to spend out of their mind, because when a person spends all their money and they're broke, they don't care about losing that one customer, because they done got all the money that you done spent. They don't care about losing that one customer, because it's 7 billion people on the planet. You know what I mean?
It's like this too, B. And like when I talk about it being a mindset, and I tell you marketing is all about psychology, there's a reason why you've been taught since you were young, you were second class, right? You were taught that, you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're born into sin, you this, you that. So when you have the opportunity to buy that big screen TV like the other people, that have things that are more, not, I'm gonna get the same thing that they got. They got a 70-inch TV, I'm gonna get a 70-inch TV. I'm gonna get some Jordans, I'm gonna look good, so people won't look at me as not having. So people won't look at me as being second class.
frying. So we're frying.
Huh?
So we're frying. I had to go old school with you. We're frying.
Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, we've been taught the front because we've been taught that we're nothing. And so we have to appear that we're something because we don't have it on the inside of us that we're worth it. If we had it on the inside of us that we're worth it, it didn't really matter what you wear. You know what I'm saying? So obviously they play on the black, and I use the word black, the black people's mentality.
But we always dress nice though. If you go back and look at,
I ain't saying that, but I'm saying the psychology behind it.
okay, all right, go ahead, Tut. Why you chewing?
Nigga way, bro. Look, us as a people, we like to floss. We like to look good. We like to wear the best clothes.
Mm-hmm.
That stems from slavery. In slavery, well, it was actually back in, ancient times. Original man has always loved to adorn himself, But here in slavery times here, the slave master used to dress up his slaves and make them look presentable on Sunday. They're supposed to be good Christian slave owners. So they want to dress up their slaves and take them to a church looking nice. Now, black people, we take, you give us an inch, we take 20 miles. You know what I'm talking about? So we have taken that flossy dressing from that stage and turned it up. When we look at you look at older movies or older pictures in the 30s, 40s. They was wearing suits. Everybody walked around wearing suits. You wear suit pants, you wear suit clothes, you dress, you dress formidable for, business.
Right.
And now, we don't even dress with the suits and stuff no more. We flossing. They got the skinny jeans now, the whole nine, so a person wants to drip, and that drip originated from your slave master flossing you out.
Yo, I'm the type of dude who will have a tux with some black shell toes with it. I will rock a church suit with some black shell toes. I don't know why. It's just
Right. I don't want to be misunderstood or misquoted.
No, I got you. I'm just saying that's me. I guess that's.
I mean, that's a lot of us. We all like to look good,
Mhm.
but we gotta look at the psychology. Look at the psychology of what it stands for. When you say I gotta look better than somebody else,
And that's what we do. We competing competing with one another, and we on the same level, and we just have to be another step above you. You know what I'm saying?
right?
Because
And
I had
that's
to.
what I'm saying.
I
We
had
gotta
to get out of
address
that.
that. We gotta address that psychology.
No,
I
had
that's
to
why we
get out of
can't work together. If we all together, but I'm trying to do a little better than you, then
Mhm.
we ain't trying to do it together.
I mean, think about it. When we was kids, not kids, when we was young adults, we had to get the fly car,
Of course,
knowing that car was going to put us in a financial bind.
right?
What's more important? You having a roof over your head, or you having the nicest car, or the flyest car? You know what I'm saying? And that's something because we don't think about it in high school. We only did a half a semester economics. What if they teach us real estate? What if we was able to start a real estate class or economics class, or even talking about government, the real government? Like what we doing. I mean, we doing the amendments. Nobody talks about stuff like that. We put us we state like if they don't teach us this in school, well, everything else is not that important.
Right.
And that's where we fail as a people, because if we didn't integrate, I feel like you have to look where we were. I can't even see a period in time when we was poor as a people until now. I feel like, you know what I'm saying?
But
I'm not saying that we
you
are.
just talked about us having $1 trillion in buying power.
No, what I'm saying, look at the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, the 60s.
Yeah, but you were talking about a time where we were more united.
Yes.
We had more united causes.
And the money was circulating within the community.
Right.
The community is broken apart.
Exactly.
So,
because right now we actually have, I think it may not be percentage wise, but I think we got more buying power, spending power than we've ever had in the United States. But we don't have, the same amount of
typing his ass off. Hey,
Yo.
You said it. I'm gonna go work mode. We hear you typing, man.
Huh?
We hear you typing like crazy, man.
Oh, damn, I took the mute off. My bad. My bad, bro. Goddamn.
So this man making that money. I feel you. But it's something that we have to understand, because I wish I be honest, I wish I was really taught money management as a young kid.
As a youth, right.
And I mean, we have to learn this like in our early teens. So once we do break out, you know what I'm saying? We already own the financial, because this is one thing that I have learned. Being where I work at, I had actually had this one kid. And I said, what's the best thing for me to do with my boys right now? I got I said, I got a 17-year-old and I got a 10-year-old. He looked at me and said, get their own credit cards. And I was like, what? He said, because they are building their credit and not really spending.
Right.
So by the time they get 18, 19, 20, they're already building credit. And I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying like, man, what the? So guess what I did? Or open a bank account for your kids so they learn how to manage their money.
Right. Yeah. Me personally, I don't agree with the credit, the usury level, the interest
You gotta
level.
play their game, cut. That's what I'm saying. We're just playing their game.
Yeah. I said, just me personally, but I don't agree with it. But for anybody that needs to gain insight on it, it's definitely valuable information to learn and understand credit, how to remove things from your credit, how to get your credit cleaned off.
No, because a lot of times we put ourselves in bad credit situations in the beginning.
Right.
And like Black Friday will be one of them times that we will put ourselves in a bad credit situation because we saving all this money up to spend it on this one day. It's kind of like you got a lottery ticket and you feel like, you know what, or you at the casino and you betting on black. So you're putting all your money on black. And you come out, you thinking you come out as a winner, but you actually come out as a loser.
Yeah, I mean, and like we put emphasis on credit as adults, but as the youth, they have no knowledge of credit and better understanding credit. If they're taught how to manage credit and build their credit in schools, think of the value that people could create within themselves. My thing is, only thing I don't like about credit is the interest.
Mm-hmm.
I come from a strict basis, and okay, if you borrow or loan somebody money, you have a set fee. You shouldn't charge in incremental interest, and I think that's unfair. Like, for example, if I loan you $1,000, I tell you to pay me back 14. It's cut and dry. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let me borrow 1,000 while you're talking.
You need, I got you. But if you need that money and you're trying to get your credit established and stuff, it's definitely beneficial. But the way that you have to pay it back, like if I give you 1,000 and you want to give me, and we agree upon a deal to say, hey, I give you 1,000, you give me 1,400 back, it's cut and deal. And for me to say I'm gonna give you 1,000, and if you ain't paid my 1,400 by a year, for example, and then every month after that year, I'm going to add on a percentage of interest, for you not paying.
Somebody hit him across the head? What happened?
About to jump Tut.
Tut, what happened, Tut?
Jump Tut.
Somebody jump Tut. Yo, Tut, we coming, man. We coming. Where you at, Tut?
My setup broke down over here.
But my thing is, too, when you're talking about, like, first of all, I don't think I'm gonna borrow money from Tut at 40%. This man. but see, that's one of the three sciences that I talk about. Business science. That's included in financials. We should teach children the principles of finance. They might not overly understand the credit system, but you could teach them the principles of it. Because if you got a friend that you're nice to, they'll sell you things at a lower price than you would normally get them anywhere else. So I mean, kids understand credit from that perspective. That if you keep this at a certain level, you get better deals on other things. But as far as what we teach, no, we don't teach it. We got to teach the beginning all the way to the end, what we do in death with money. You know, all those things should be principles that they learn as children.
Hey, Ty, you good, man?
Yeah, you put my camera back in.
I don't know, man. You got me scared like they done did something to you, man.
Oh,
Hey,
nah.
Turn
Yeah,
around and the camera come back on and you wrapped around in duct tape.
nah. I was my little setup here is not efficient, and so when I hit the table, I'm a little heavy handed, I guess, and yeah, it crumbled.
Oh,
That's why I love y'all dudes, man. Hey, just have fun, man. This is we. But I think that's something that I mean, I would benefit from learning from you too. So, you know what I'm saying? So why ask questions? I ask questions to people who have money. Because this one kid, I mean, he's like 25. And I was asking him questions and he's like, I come from, my parents, we was pretty well off. And I was like, so what tips would you give your son? What tips, if you have kids, what would you do? And he said, oh, this is what my parents did. And I'm like, he said, what I mean when I mean set out credit, they don't spend their money, but they're building, you know. I'm trying to, it's a word I'm looking for and I can't get it out of my mind. I mean,
Building equity.
you can say equity, or you can say they just principle. Principle. I think principle. Can I say principle?
You can say it. But it's the context of what you use it. It means something.
So stuff like that. Because
You're talking about they building capital.
Capital. Okay.
Yeah.
But what I'm doing, what happens is, I tend to now I can manage what they do and what they don't do, or what they can spend it on. Or, in other words, if you can give a kid $100, you don't know what he's gonna do with that $100. But if you come to me, if I put it in an account, you just like, well, Dad, can I, blah blah blah, and I'm sitting back and I'm like, do you really need it? Or okay, boom, I'm managing how you spend, or you need to spend it on stuff you really need, not just on a bunch of BS. Because you give me $100, dude. I'm buying some Jordans.
But you understand.
$100 for some Jordans? What the back of the truck you getting them off of?
I don't know what to tell you.
Don't get him into that. That's another show. So
I'm not telling you my trade secrets.
So here's my thing, B. When we talk about money, as our people, as our community, the whole conversation, listen to what you spend it on. What you spend it on. What you spend.
Honest. I'm being but at
no. Listen what I'm saying. That's our mentality, though. That's why we don't accumulate more. It's because we think about first what we spend it on. You know what I'm saying? We don't. I give you a secret for the rich. They never spend their own money on things that they acquire. Never. They don't use their money to acquire things. Now you might not catch that till later on when you start making bigger moves.
Which we will be doing. We will be doing.
Yeah, they never spend their money when they make moves.
Hey, prime example for what you just said, and it's funny. Look at 45. He got all these people donating all that money for his legal fees. So he's not even using his own money. He's using your money to fight his battle.
Right. Hey, that's what his whole presidency was for.
Right. And if he loses, he doesn't lose because it's not his money.
It's his money.
Yeah, it is. It is. Damn.
But we don't think.
But his hotel's taking a hit though, because ain't nobody staying at them bad boys because of the COVID situation.
Hey, a lot of businesses are taking a heavy hit, and even like where I'm at now, this is the critical time of the year. You know, they swoop up Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all that, and the sales have taken a major hit. You know what I'm talking about? Like, many companies have folded. You got a lot of companies that are downsizing. They're shutting down a lot of their locations. 200 and 300 locations. Might be a big company where they got 800 locations. 4 of them motherfuckers, 400 gone. So
And
COVID
Amazon is buying a lot of these companies, buying all these small companies.
Exactly. Amazon is buying up. They're souping up, and so this COVID whole thing. You know how they got the rule to where you can't have a monopoly in America? Like you can't have a monopoly, like you can't have something, but basically they monopolizing shit right now. I don't know if people are really realizing what's going on, but the bigger companies, the old saying, big fish eat little fish, you know what I'm saying? So these bigger companies, they're swallowing up all these smaller companies who can't operate during this COVID time. And the bigger companies, they're able to still operate and function with a little less, or to no profits. And in the meantime, they're copying all these other businesses and they're basically cornering the market. So even like now, when you go to shop, Walmart, Amazon, they got the market kind of cornered. Sears, JCPenney, Kmart, they all gone. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a prime example, and I just thought about it. I saw something that I wanted, and I went to see if they were selling on Amazon. And it's like, wait a minute, and the thing about it, Amazon to give it to me at a cheaper price. In my mind, I just killed this business that can make money because a bigger giant who can sell more product, but got it at a discount, at a wholesale price. And I'm not thinking of what effects am I doing to that company. You see what I'm saying?
But ultimately, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but that's not your responsibility because it's your money to spend, so you're going to spend it in the lowest possible place that you can.
I want
I
that, but
the cheapest price.
Yeah. See, the thing is, when you was talking about monopolizing things, if you look in the early 20s, when Standard Oil was a monopoly, and that's why they even come up with that rule, and they broke Standard Oil up. Exxon Mobil,
right? Chevron,
all these different Chevron, was all broken because Standard Oil had monopolized the oil business.
right?
And so that was one person, though.
Right.
So how did they get smart about that? They changed business into corporations.
Right.
It's multiple people. It's not one person being the kingpin.
Right.
So I mean, you can do whatever. They always gonna come up with rules to change it to suit their policy. So, but for us, it's just more a studying how finances work. They don't want us to study finance. They don't want us to because they use our money to make their money.
Right.
If we get smart about keeping our money, then whose money will they use?
That's why they don't like us when we talking about. I think all the times we were talking about boycott and just don't spend your money on this because of what was going on with the killings, the innocent killings, and we can all come together and say, oh, don't spend your money on this day, and just let that happen. Now we have seen in the past with the bus line in Alabama, Montgomery, was it Montgomery? That
Yeah.
they was like, we ain't riding the bus, we'd rather walk. And what happened is they catch people's attention because, again, they need our money that bad. The black dollar, like you say, is really what keeps America running.
You know what the problem with that is that we can withhold our money, right? But at some point we're gonna have to spend it.
Yeah, because we gotta eat.
So they can wait us out.
Right.
But if we were producers,
Mm.
then that way when we held our black dollar, we'd only spend with us.
Right.
Then you would see some major changes.
Right.
That's why they keep us from being producers. Why do you think they keep black people out of the hair game? Think about that. Who else buys hair like us?
Right.
but we're
And
the
no, and
yeah,
we
but we
buying
have
at
the
second mark.
smallest,
We're the middleman.
right, and we have the smallest percentage of companies that deal with hair.
Yep.
Yo,
We the
it's kind of
middleman.
funny. I'm in Philly, and it's kind of hard to find a black-owned business to get hair products.
Well, a lot of times now, I know a couple of my homegirls. They copping online these bundles and all this. They copping online and reselling it to their homegirls and doing hair, these eyelashes. One
that's
of my homegirls, I turned her on to an international distributor. She's now pumping out weave out of her house like a mofo, you know what I'm talking about? And it's going, me personally, I don't like the weave or whatever, but you know, this is what people like to do. They like these fake weaves and eyelashes. And so, shorty, I'm like, get your money. These girls like it, get your money. I may have to do it. Boom. So, one thing that we often, and Jerome, man, I can't thank you enough, man. You made me think about this. You know, a lot of times, a lot of our people, we don't even know Proposition 72 of money.
Yeah.
We don't study money. And like Jerome, you know, he always say, one thing they don't teach you is time. You know what I'm saying? And so we can't put time and money together. We don't, it's got us lost up. And so, like you say, the waiting process that we, you know, they can wait us out because we ain't providing that stuff right. You know what I'm saying? So they'll wait us out and wait till they buy it.
Right.
And it's funny that you say that, and it's so damn true that we can collectively come together and just put our minds together and become what we supposed to be as the true leaders of this you can say universe, or you can say this planet, country.
Universe, B.
All right, I'm gonna stay with universe. Universe sounds big anyway, but
yeah.
that's what we are. And but we became, you know, as much as we've been on top, now we at the bottom because of lack of knowledge of history and who we were as a people, the brainwashing of the religion and stuff like that. And again, we need to understand is that dollar is gonna die. And if we ain't investing in something that has any value, versus again, Jerome, yes, Jerome, I know I got these shoes, you know, but then at the same time I had to quit, and I was like, man, I gotta get a house.
Right.
So, you know, that's a big investment. But at the same time, that's an investment that will last longer than a pair of shoes.
Hey yo, and that's one major thing too. I think would be a major key into our production as a people. The housing market. They got 3D printing homes now, and you can 3D print a home for $4,000-$5,000 now. You know what I'm saying? I think they printed one in Texas, I think it was. You know, so the new wave of the future. If we can get a leg up into that, you know what I'm saying, you can cut cost of homes. You can provide homes for the homeless. A lot of people spend money on these homes, and they building them up with wood. I think I seen a guy make a video. He's like, you throw a cigarette in the house, it take a whole house down now. You know what I'm saying?
No, because they found the cheap material. It looks good on the outside, but the inside is
it's wood.
Cardboard.
It's wood, yeah, it's cardboard. So these 3D printing houses, these 3D, have y'all noticed, have y'all did this 3D printing houses joints? They print, they get the cement and print it out like, you know what I'm saying, spouting it out and make the walls and the whole nine, you know what I'm saying? So you making secure homes, you can cut costs. So you know, that is a leg up as far as a community that we could build, building homes, you know, getting landscape. So I was initially thinking to try to use mud instead of brick, and let's get some 3D printing machines and let's use mud. I mean, shit.
I tell you this, and this is something that I learned. being around a Caribbean family and being over in the Caribbean, everything is built out of cement
Right,
and would take a beating,
right.
but we like wood. Hurricane come through, your house is gone. A flood
Gone,
come through, your house is gone.
gone.
It's not built on strong foundation. This country right now is not built on strong foundation.
Wait a minute. No, wait a minute. Now. I have to say now, your coastal areas like Florida, California, they have more structured homes and that are built with cement. Like in Florida, you ain't gonna be in Miami and not see a wooden house. Everybody's house cement in Miami. You know what I'm saying? I like even the stores ain't even got windows down there. You know what I'm saying? The windows is at the very top, and it might be about that big. But
But
they
but
are
you see what they had to change into. They had to learn because wood don't last as much as you think it is.
Well,
Think
no.
about
I mean, they had to build them. I asked one of my homeboys when I was down there. I'm like, damn, y'all got all the cement houses and stuff. I'm talking about like his house, man. It seemed like it was handmade, But I'm like, dang, he's like, bro, we have hurricanes down here and stuff. They can't build houses out of wood down here because we have hurricanes and storms, flood. It'll tear us up. And so even when I was in Cali, in California where the Bay Area ain't as bad, but but when you go on down to LA and stuff, them houses is cement, bro. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna find no wood out.
That's why I'm trying to save my money up so I can build my house in the Caribbean. Cement, baby.
Hey, B, I
Yeah.
wanted I wanted to get back to
Uh-oh. You about to
no,
get
no, to a point I want to make a point on what you said.
Uh-huh.
When you said, we're the rulers of the universe. We got to get back to it, right?
Uh-huh.
You ever heard of the term paper champ?
Yeah.
What we are is like the paper kings. You know what I'm saying? We want to talk about all this, what's in history and da-da-da-da. Really, if you didn't know history, you didn't know anything about history, if you came together with your people, you could have everything that you could have learned about in history. But
Put it back, I get it.
so the whole coming together part to me is the mystery, not learning the history. I love the history. I love to put it out there. But just tell me why we can't come together. That's what I want to know.
They got us fucked up, man. Psychologically, we are fucked up as a people, man. And it's hard. I mean, I hate to say this about my own people. You know what I'm saying? As a people, we are fucked up. And
It
and
goes
it's
back to
hard.
what we talked about, though. The doctrines of discovery is basically one of the main pieces of why we can't be who we need to be again.
Yeah, I mean,
Religion.
See, even with that though, man, it's like it's somebody else that's keeping us from being there.
Right.
Because
to me, it's like talking about our psychology, man. We gotta break that, man. We gotta break.
Right.
No. I know what you're saying, but again, we three can say, yeah, we agree on it. We might even say we reached 100 people, but to get to the millions and millions, it literally has to take a pandemic.
And that's why I say Trump should have got another 4 years because
I agree with you.
We don't come together until it's trauma, death in the family, or a chaotic time, And so Trump being in that presidential office for another 4 years, and then we've seen all of the racism. People are more upfront with it. That shit would have pushed us together so much. Now we're hanging in the balance, and the majority of our people are, I hate to say it, they're unintelligent. Well, I'm not gonna say they're unintelligent. Excuse me.
Misinformed.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. I was gonna say they're uninformed. But you're exactly right. That's the proper word. Many of our people are misinformed. And so they take that misinformation and run with it, and it's hard for us to try to correct it and put things in place to try to fix it. So what can we do to get people to wake up? Well, as we know, money has a major influence on the behavior of our people. And so when our people see that you got money, you've got status, you've got, you know what I'm saying, credibility, then we start to gravitate towards that. But until you can create something that people can look to and try to emulate, you know what I'm saying, we're going to continuously fall by the wayside and be led by that misinformation. So, like, you know, people love money. You know, if you can put money in their pocket, they're interested. People love to look good. If you can provide them with the clothing stuff, you know, you've got to do something for people to get them on your team. Now, once we do get them on the team, psychological problems still exist. You know what I'm saying? So what the problem is for us to come together, we have to create a one mind. And that's how, you know, we got to all move to the beat of one drum. And so creating that one mind, that's not necessarily saying that we all have the same mind and we're all, you know, but what I'm saying is we're all moving to that beat of one drum, meaning we all have common goals. And so when we got common goals, I mean, our goals are, we want to be on top. We want to be respected as human beings, you know what I'm saying? So if we all can get that same goal, because we got the commonalities, everybody in the motherfucking struggle, you know what I'm saying? The struggle is the same, you know what I'm saying? And our goals, it shouldn't be no different.
If you look like,
I like that, sir.
yeah, it's good stuff.
That was deep. Yeah, me sitting here thinking like, God damn, Chuck getting me on this one today. But go ahead.
If you look like, say, the early 1900s, when you talk about we was doing our thing, right?
Yeah.
But
we respect one another.
Tut said, you know, people will listen to you if you got status, right? That's why they control the people with status.
Right.
Entertainers, the ball players, they control them because they'll control everybody else.
Right.
We're looking at unity in the wrong way. We don't have to have 100% unity to go forward. W.E. Du Bois always talked about the talented 10th, right? This 10%. Yep. So if you get 10% that people, the 90 will follow the 10%.
Right.
That's what they do now. They look at the rappers, they look at the musicians, they look at the ball players, and they follow them. Whatever styles, like when you see Westbrook with the skinny jeans, what everybody else start wearing? Skinny jeans.
Baggy jeans.
So, you know what I'm saying? So,
you say baggy jeans?
Huh?
Did he say faggy jeans?
I said baggy, dude.
Oh.
I know what you're thinking about now when I just thought about that.
But really, man, what we have to do, we have to get more people like LeBron. You know what I'm saying? More people like this that people look at every day and say, that's what I want to be. You know, we have to get them to have that message. You know what I'm saying? That's why they don't have to control us. They don't. That's a waste of resources. They control the 10th. And as long as they control the 10th, it's less money, less time, better operation. So
you make a very valid point too, Jerome.
You get good job.
So for us to change, that's what's gonna have to happen, man. That talented 10th is gonna have to start having a Harlem Renaissance in their mind. You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of like if you will follow the leader. Say, for instance, if we three became millionaires and we showed everybody how we became millionaires.
Right.
And then it becomes okay, I want to be that too.
Exactly.
You know, so it becomes go ahead, Chuck.
Jerome, man, he made a big point of how the people who have money in our community, the Black community, the people who have money, they are given this money because the elites know that this nigga ain't gonna do nothing to help his people. he gonna be a high detriment to his people. So let's give him millions of dollars. Let's let him be a, you know what I'm saying, a faceplate, and he's gonna make all the other niggas in control. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna control all the other niggas. So when you look at your rappers, your entertainers, even some of your sports players, they're not influential people to help a community grow and come together and stuff. They're basically just self-interested people who is only worried about the wealth of themselves. And see, that's who they want to give the money to. Somebody who's got worried about themselves and is going to just worry about it. And I think I remember speaking with a guy who was in the music industry, and he was talking about Chi Ali. You know, I was up in New York. He talking, you know, because the Bronx Chi Ali, man, they talk junk about Chi Ali. But anyway, you know, we talking about Chi Ali and different stuff, and how you got gatekeepers in the industry too. You know what I'm saying? So you got other Uncle Tom motherfuckers who would give that okay or that turn down to somebody. So you look at, for example, somebody like me, if I wanted to come up in the music industry, and it's like they'd be like, oh, he's God body, or you know, this brother want to cause some ruckus amongst us. And so the gatekeeper be like, don't let him in. You know what I'm saying? And so you got people, you got Uncle Ruckus type cats in high positions that are gatekeepers, and they don't want to let the culture change. You know what I'm saying? And so they still keep the white man's culture going of promoting individuality and wealth of just that one person.
Right.
There it is. There it is. I mean, we learn from one another. You know what I'm saying? I learn from y'all. You know, it might be some stuff that I say y'all might learn from me, but I have the open-mindedness to be able to receive. A lot of us don't want to receive any information on anything. We act like we know it all. No, we don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know it all, but I'm willing to learn. Huh?
Yeah, we can know it all, but you still can always learn.
And that's the problem. We act like we get to a certain point, we can't learn from nobody else. We feel like we got all the answers. You know, say for instance, I got 100,000 in my bank account. Now I think I'm that dude. No, I'm not. I'm not even scratching the surface. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like pennies to a rich man. Or a person, that 1% person. Not the elite, but just that 1%. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still a slave to them.
Listen, man, there's a difference. If you work and make $100,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you got somebody that sleeps in the bed and makes $100,000.
God damn it, I need to get to that level.
I'm saying, who in the better position?
Hey, you know, I was talking to my girl last night, and we was talking about the future and looking towards the future, and I don't know if she, you know, I don't know how she was gonna take what I had to say, you know, but I was trying to be, you know, like I'm like, I want to create something to where I'm not dependent on the white man for a job or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not free. You know what I'm saying? And working for somebody else, you know what I'm saying? You're not free. And they actually have governance over your freedom, over your pursuit of happiness, and the whole nine. And so I was like, you know, my goal is to establish myself to where, you know, I don't have to depend on working for somebody else, you know what I mean? To where I can have this stable setup of income, you know what I'm saying, just off of my own efforts, you know? And so like a lot of my homeboys, they're still in the streets selling dope, you know, and they, you know, they're looked at as, yeah, they're selling drugs and this and that. And they're looked at as the outcast, but the problem why they're outcasts, you know why? They ain't dependent on the white man's goddamn job. You know what I'm saying? They on the street, they making money tax-free. They don't have to go to work at no certain time. They experience a level of freedom. Even though you can have those liberties taken away for a long time by getting caught with the drugs, that's why the penalties are like that. Because they want to scare you. They don't want everybody to be able to produce. And like you were saying earlier, Jerome, and we were producers. They don't want us to be able to produce for ourselves. They want us to have that dependency on their system so that we'll be forever controlled. As long as we're in their system, you know, they control us. You know, you looking to retire from another man's company.
Capitalistic country.
Home and making the 100,000 in your sleep.
We're gonna get there, brothers. We're gonna get there.
Oh yeah, we on the way.
We're gonna get there.
We there. We ain't made it yet, but we making it. We making it.
I see. All right, fellas. Well, I'm about to, we're gonna go ahead and bring this to a close. I appreciate y'all being on. I don't know how we go sideways when we talk about Black Friday. But go ahead and get your last words out the way, man. Go ahead, Tut.
I just want to say peace to everybody, man. It was a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be able to provide some information to people. I would like for people to use it and better themselves. Get your weight up, as they say in the hood. Get your weight up. Save your money, man. One lady, I seen an elderly lady. It was a video, and she's like 90, 100-something years old, and they asked her, what did you do with all your money? She said, I spent some and I saved some. So don't spend it all.
Again, know thyself, understand thyself, believe in thyself. Because you don't believe in yourself, you don't love yourself, well, you already defeated. So one thing we have to do is really open our minds. Be able just to receive information, man. Get your antennas, fix your antennas.
Fix your antenna.
Fix your antennas, because a lot of us are like old TVs that's the static until we have to put the little, foil on it, or we have to move the antennas.
Yeah, they on that old cable set up.
So they're not getting the frequency that they need to get. So a lot of us are we're not seeing a clear picture. And then we want to mess up your TV because you're watching something that we want to watch, but we're not receiving the same information. Information has been sent out the same way. We're just not receiving it in the same manner. So a lot of us need to fix our antennas. I'm gonna start using that. I like that. Fix your
antennas.
Huh?
I like that.
Fix your antennas, but
it was robbing us.
I like that, B.
Go ahead, Jerome.
Don't be sorry. Be careful. But
what was your antennas at?
No, but man, if you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button and the subscribe button so you can get notifications about when we're back on the air. Man, Black Friday. Try to invest your money, y'all. And then you could spend from the excess of what you have. They
start a new holiday.
Yeah, you're not in a competition with anybody. You're living for you. You're living for your family. You're living for your community. If we can get that 10% talking right, I think we'll be all right, y'all.
Yeah,
right.
That's powerful. Just thinking that mindset. You get 10% of us worldly.
Because most people, and this is not bad, but most people are followers.
85% of people are.
So that's how it works.
How is it? Is it listed on YouTube? On YouTube, we're listed as a Three-Headed Monster Podcast. You'll see our symbol, our icon, the three-headed Nubius. We gatekeepers. Most people need to understand who Nubius was.
The true and living gatekeepers.
Yes, sir.
So that's how we listed as a Three-Headed Monster Podcast. And you'll see our icon the three-headed Anubius because it's the three-headed monster. We ain't scary. We only scary to certain people.
Right.
So I rather be a monster versus being, you know, monster it takes an army to take down a monster. You don't see no one-on-one take down a monster. You know.
I mean, it depends on. Godzilla was a monster, but he fought for the people. he fought the other monster.
I'm about to say we the three-headed fucking gods.
Godzilla.
So that's how you can find us. We're also working on that a Facebook page. So that
Right.
you know, we trying to branch out, y'all. We still early in the game. I think we've been doing this for about 3 years.
Yeah.
We still rolling. Most people been unfolded like that. We better than most rap groups. Hey, we last long in the rap groups. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
So
Hey, we longer than some NFL careers.
No doubt.
so
Dak Prescott.
Ooh, nah.
Carson Wentz.
Yeah, I agree with you.
whoa, cause your little damn midget ass quarterback doing this thing. I mean, nothing.
No. He a little hurt, man. We had a bad week. You know, we lost, man. Field goal kicker that lost 2 games for this year. So, yeah, I'm kind of.
Yeah.
I got a tear. Yeah, I got a
You
tear
be
right here.
wide right. Be like looking at him like, man, what the hell was you kicking at? That man need glasses. That's what he is. What he was, a Robert Finkel off of the fucking Ace Ventura.
Ray Finger.
Yeah, right.
Laces out.
See, either those the biggest hemorrhoids I ever seen.
That's what I like about it, dude. We can have fun and joke about it. Most people don't understand it. We ain't always got to be so serious when we do
Right,
it.
right.
So we try
Hey, yo,
to do it.
and that's one thing. Hey, I ain't mean to cut you off, man, but that's one thing, you know, like, some people be ready to fight over their team, like you on the payroll, motherfucker. You on the payroll, man.
Right.
Hold up, wait a minute.
You know
I'm
what
gonna
I'm
tell
saying?
you now.
Right.
Talking about my damn Tar Heels. I'm on the sideline, dude. I'm on the sideline, Tut.
You on payroll?
They don't get paid. They college players.
Hey, but that's what I'm saying.
We got
If
free
you on
room and board.
payroll,
Hey,
I mean,
hey.
that's even worse. That's even worse. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna go to bat and you or the people that you're rooting for ain't even getting paid? God damn.
Hey, I'm one of them dudes in the stands, dude. I'm a cardboard in the stands right now.
Oh, okay. Well, Tar Heels. I ain't too
Don't
much
do it.
to talk.
Don't do it.
Yeah, they put out every year. You know, they perform. You know, they back on the ride. So, you know, if I was you, I would just talk about basketball.
That one year you get to talk about some damn football.
Hey, I can't talk much. We over 500. I can't talk much. We ain't did it yet. But next year, y'all gonna hate me. Y'all gonna hate me next year. I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna hate me next year.
Well, I know I'm gonna hate the Cowboys regardless, so it don't matter.
Right.
He hate me.
Knowing that we're gonna win I don't even care if we win. I don't want the division no more.
Hey, I'm gonna get personalized jackets and jerseys to say he hate me, like that dude with the Panthers.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
hate me. I know y'all hate me. What?
All right, fellas, man. Let me get off, man. I love y'all, man.
All
right,
right.
bro. One
Again,
love.
it's the Three-Headed Monster, man. Check us out on YouTube. Hey, all we trying to do is put out information, man.
Like and subscribe.
So we Mythbusters. If y'all want anything y'all want us to discuss, talk about, do any research on, throw something out there. It don't do nothing but help us when we try to, you know, it make us dig deep. But we're gonna keep trying to hit y'all with new stuff. And I tell you now, this winter solstice, we're really gonna hit y'all hard on it. I love winter solstice. You know, once you get to understanding what it is, it's to stop celebrating Christmas too. So, but that's a whole different story. So we'll get you in it. So again, y'all, the Three-Headed Monsters, y'all. Peace out.
Peace.